This past Monday on Raw, the Judgment Day won the tag team turmoil, which sets them up to face the USOS for the Raw tag titles. You guys heard that right. WWE is going to be splitting the tag team titles for this match, defending only the Raw tag titles. That's what they said on Raw. Adam Pearce made it very loud and clear, and then they showed a prompt on the screen saying that the New Day were the challengers for the Raw tag titles. And if you notice this sequence right here, this was at the very end of Raw. The Judgment Day was on their way to the Titantron. The Usos came out to do a face-to-face, and they only had the tag titles from Monday Night Raw in hand. And that is very promising news because we've been having that issue for months now. How is Roman Reigns going to drop the title? How are the Usos going to drop the title? How do they only keep one? How do they lose both of them? You know, it's a complicated scenario because there was no outing. You could tell that when this was created for this build-up, this setup, they just didn't see how the end game would be. But now it's getting a little clearer. It seems like they just want to separate it. A clean separation is just fine by me. Defending the two titles on the same night is a little crazy. So I'm glad they're not going that route, especially for the tag titles. But this is what's to come for Roman Reigns, because between now and WrestleMania, I think it would be smart for Roman Reigns to drop one of the titles. There's no need for him to have both titles facing The Rock or Cody for that matter. So in my opinion, this is the right move. And the Judgment Day is the right team. Now this creates a nice stable versus stable situation, right? We know Finn Balor already had bad blood with Roman Reigns, but they're not going to touch base on that. This is strictly the Judgment Day going for the Raw tag titles. And it would have been cool to have done the Street Profits, honestly, but they faced off against the Usos way too many times, and we just haven't seen the Judgment Day get put in that position just yet. So I think going forward, this is going to be a lot of fun to see in the next coming weeks. And I think that this is also for a Monday Night Raw main event. This is not going to be for the Royal Rumble or even for another pay-per-view. I think they're setting this up to be a Monday Night Raw main event. That's just my personal opinion. They haven't really confirmed the date just yet. But yeah, hit me up in the comment section. How do you feel about WWE ultimately splitting these titles and going in this direction going forward? For me, I think the more the merrier, and what I mean by that is that the more champions or wrestlers that have chances at championship titles, the better for us as fans to get hyped about different championship matches and feuds that ultimately lead into that rivalry, right? Because right now, it's almost like the bloodline, they just run and control WWE and all the top tier stories that are going on within the WWE. So I think this is a good opportunity for everyone involved. And let's just see what happens. It doesn't mean that the Usos drop the titles. Maybe they defend the Raw titles and keep those and then lose the SmackDown titles. We just don't know what they're going to end up doing. But we do know that they're defending the Raw titles. And it has nothing to do with the unified titles or the SmackDown titles. It's just one championship on the line.